Hi there, I'm Mason Smith. This video is a little bit different than videos I've done in the past and typically post to this channel. So there's this internet phenomenon that's gone on for years in John and Hank Green's world, the makers of Crash Course, SciShow, Complexly overall, and also authors of multiple best-selling books. They do daily videos for a 2-week period in the fall. So I'm taking this opportunity to kind of just jump in, create some videos over the next couple weeks, and just see what happens. See if I enjoy doing it. See if I enjoy the process of coming up with the ideas all the way until editing and posting. And we'll just see what comes out of it. And I'm going to be doing that every day for the next couple weeks. I am going to stick to weekdays. I'm going to keep my weekends. I don't want to get totally burnt from this. I want to have a little bit of a break in between. So that's it. That's why I'm doing a video today. That's why I'm sitting in front of my camera instead of, doing one of the many chores I have around this house tonight. But what I wanted to talk about today was imposter syndrome. So this is something that I have struggled with for a long time. I struggle with it professionally. I struggle with it personally. It's an issue that is mostly in my own head, but it is real nonetheless. So what is imposter syndrome? It's truly defined as a collection of feelings of inadequacy that persist despite evident success. That might not be the exact definition. I'll toss a link in the description to the Harvard Business Review definition of imposter syndrome. And these manifest in a lot of different ways. A lot of times it's, I'm not good enough. One day they're gonna know that I don't know what I'm talking about, or saying I'm just lucky. I'm not good at this. I just got lucky. So, there's a lot of potential causes. I think it's different for every person. I don't think it's the same because we all live different lives. Your upbringing and childhood make a huge difference on who you are as a person. I was academically gifted whenever I was young. I was put in that quote unquote gifted group. That came with an implicit high expectation to achieve academically, and that bled over into pretty much every other area of my life. For me now, I downplay my successes. I tend to defer credit, even whenever I was responsible for a bulk of a particular achievement. And I struggle with self-confidence. So I worry that I'm not good enough to achieve something, or that I'm not good enough to take on a particular challenge. So that's something that I struggle with. I get frustrated with making mistakes. I tend to be a little perfectionist, which isn't the healthiest habit to have. And I struggle to honestly and genuinely accept compliments. How difficult is that? Thank you. Accept the compliment. I tend to defer. So that's something that I'm still working on. So what else am I doing about it? First, I'm making this video, putting it into the world that, yeah, this is something that I deal with. Someone who has some measure of success. I'm very lucky to be in the position I am. There I go, saying lucky. I'm fortunate in the situations that I've been placed in. Not to say I haven't worked hard. I definitely have, and I have achieved those. But I wanted to create this video just to put it out in the world that this is something that I struggle with. I'm struggling with it in this exact moment. And And I'm not just throwing it all out to the internet. I talk with my family about this. This comes up a decent bit, especially in my home life with my wife. We talk about this on a weekly basis, it seems, dealing with both those professional and personal feelings. And I'm going to continue to work to be less of a perfectionist. I don't know exactly what that means for me. I still set pretty high standards for myself. I still work to be the best that I possibly can be, and I don't think there's anything wrong with that. But there is something to be said of setting unrealistic expectations, expecting yourself or expecting myself to be perfect, because that doesn't exist. And so the challenge with that for me is moving to a place where I feel comfortable enough to know that a certain piece of work or a side project I'm working on isn't perfect, but it's good enough. It checks off enough of the boxes. So I'm working on that myself. The last thing I think I'm going to work on is accepting compliments for successes when they come. Again, it's something that I struggle with. I tend to defer, but I need to own my own efforts and know that I put in good work to achieve those markers of success. So that's a little bit about what I struggle with. I want to make sure that I'm moving in a positive way, and the feelings of being an imposter, of being found out, aren't healthy. And especially in a day and age where many of us are still working primarily remotely, it makes it even more difficult to manage. So, do you have any suggestions or tips, tricks, techniques that you've used to overcome these same kinds of feelings? I'd love to hear them. And I'll be looking out for you tomorrow. I don't have any idea what that video will be, but we'll see. See you then. Thanks.